Hello everyone, it's Cassandra. I decided to do the video project. I wanted to come on here and focus on the film Do the Right Thing. I actually really like this film. I'm not sure if I don't know, but I just really liked it. The director, producer, and writer is Spike Lee. It was definitely unexpected, I should say, because I did not know the ending would be like that. But I just liked how the director um, made the racial and the morals and the themes so prominent throughout the movie, and it wasn't like, oh, like a guessing game, like, oh, like, did it mean this or did it mean that? Like, I get really confused when it's those type of movies, so I actually like that it was very clear and very for me at least, I liked that the characters were kind of like playful. They were funny even though it was racial, but like they had funny moments that made it comical, and there was a lot of humor in it. um, I also loved that it was filmed in that time period. I love the music, the fashion, everything about that time period. So I actually really enjoyed that. And um, I also like that he developed the characters very well, I would say. We were able to see, it wasn't just focused on the main character. In my eyes, I feel like we got to see an insight on like a lot of the different characters, like Radio Raheem and Sal and his sons. I think sons. They were his sons. And like he even Monkey, I'm not sure how to pronounce the main character's name, but he even had like his baby mama, like his like girlfriend or whatever that thing was, and it was just like cool seeing everything. Um, so I think it was very unique to not just focus on the one character and actually like go all throughout the town. To me, that they're all important because he showed like the diversity in the neighborhood by just showing the stereotypical um, people, and he used iconography. I'm not sure how to say that properly, but icongraphy, and it basically represented each racial group different in the film. So like, for example, he like showed the Italian people in like white tees and like the chain and just like that. And then for Radio Raheem, he had him in like an African like necklace, like a, I don't know how to explain it, but like a medallion type of thing. And he always had like the radio playing hip hop music or like rap. He also had like the group of Puerto Ricans sitting down by like the apartments, like drinking beer, listening to Spanish music, like Latin music, speaking Spanish. Um, so I thought that was like just showed how he was representing the stereotypes of different races. He also recognized that there's different ethnicities, was led to power struggle, and then having mm, um, Lee also pointed out how the characters recognized that there is a racial difference, and that they used their ethnicity and their way of like thinking, I guess, to insult others or like make fun of by saying like ethnic slurs, or in a more like, there's some that they're comical and some that they're actually serious. To me, I think that since Leah was able to show the characters and how they interacted with one another was really cool, and definitely played an impact in the movie because um, the whole thing is, you can tell that it's about race without even, like, you can just watch like a scene from it and probably understand that it is significantly about race and discrimination. I think that the three main characters in this movie would be definitely Sal, the owner of the pizza place. He is definitely, he has strong feelings about other races and he has no respect for them. He treats them very poorly, and that definitely plays an impact on what happens and what that leads up to. And his attitude towards the whole situation is just very disrespectful. And Mookie is kind of like, he is the main character, but he kind of hides and just like kind of blends. He like tumbles because he's like with everyone. If you, I don't know, like throughout the movie, he's with this person, he's with that person, he's with this person, and they're all different, but he's just kind of just goes with the flow. And he doesn't really make like a huge impact. He's just kind of like there. I'm not sure if that's just my opinion of him. I'm not really 100% sure. And I think Radio Raheem was super, super important because he, first of all, had like the message of the love and hate. And that was like a cool message just to have. And he basically like doesn't talk much. He just has his radio and his music is he's very connected with that. And I can definitely understand that because I'm definitely close and have a really good relationship with music. Like, music is very important to me. So I related to him very quickly. He doesn't really put a harm or anything until he gets disrespected at the end at Sal's pizzeria, and that is basically like what leads to the overall moral or message of the story. Um, in the film Do the Right Thing, there is a strong, strong theme of racial discrimination, I should say, or like a racial, just like race in general. And we see it through many, many times, like just the way that they interact with one another, the way Sal talks about them, the way um, that there was a conflict between the African American groups and the Asian groups, like the owners of the other store across the street from Sal's, and it was just very prominent. And um, this becomes very, very serious when the cop kills Radio Raheem and allows the young black male that wasn't really, he didn't really do anything wrong, to become fatal. And this was supposed to be about 20 something years ago, and it's still happening now. So you can definitely see the impact and importance of this um, moral or theme or anything you want to call it that Spike Lee is trying to address. I definitely think it's super important. I think that Do the Right Thing is definitely, the title in itself shows that there is like a theme or a moral to learn from this. Because, I mean, as a human being, for me, I would say that I would always want to do the right thing. Um, I never want to be like a bad person or make a mistake or whatever. I mean, it's obvious that it will happen. We are human, but we're always trying to do the right thing. And I think that the three characters go through different stages of doing the right thing, or if they did the right thing, or if they could have done the right thing. It's just like so many things like that. So, like, Radio Raheem was definitely um, shown as like he was trying to say something and like have a voice for himself and get respect from Sal and all that stuff, and it resulted him into dying, but like, was that the right thing for him to do in order to have a voice, in order to show how bad of a person Sal was? Um, it might have been a good thing for the people in that city or like stuff like that. He might have sacrificed his life, and that was the right thing for him to do. Um, for Sal, he was definitely the antagonist, and I think he definitely learned a lesson. And I think he should now understand that he needs to do the right thing because he was treating people very poorly and with so much disrespect, and that resulted in him losing his pizzeria. And for Monkey, or I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think it's definitely a different side of that. Um, he's definitely a bystander when it comes to this. He doesn't really do anything necessarily, so I think basically like Mike, not Mike, Spike Lee was just really going, like showing all these actions of all these people, and he's really like, are you doing the right thing type of thing, and you have to like learn from people's actions and try to figure out what the right thing is. Um, so overall, I think this movie was extremely entertaining. I definitely loved being an audience watching it. Um, I love the do the right thing slogan, like just like in general. I think it's really important for us to live by that, at least try to. I think this is a good movie to show others to understand, because it's not really uh, like it's not, it's like a fun upbeat movie. Like it's not like it's like a like a normal like history movie or something. Like it's like pretty fun to like learn from. Um, so thank you for listening and have a nice day.